tipiwe bhazi tiorganize tisvike kuborder. So if there was a way maybe kuti government yedu itaure nema-authorities ari muUkraine to organize like transport yema-students in all cities kuti vakwanise kuwana way yavo kusvika kuborder, that would be helpful because yes tiri kunyatsa kuziva kuti kune help iriko kuborder yataurwa, but how to get there hapana way.
Okay, thank you so much, Ngoni. Shadrach, would you like to weigh in? Shadrach, you can unmute and speak. Okay, it's fine. So those were our students from Ukraine, and they have told us the situation as it is on the ground, and it's quite a sad situation. As you can see, we managed to bring 5 of them here, but we have many more that are still trapped. Some when the skirmishes were happening, there were some when they went to some who went to the bankers and they left their chargers and stuff, and they couldn't be able to charge their phones. So some of them have been online, but currently there have been no casualties from all the people that we have talked to. So far, we thank God for the preservation of the life of all Zimbabweans that are there. If there are casualties, we'll be told, but so far we haven't heard of any. And we are not just sitting. As you have seen that we have tried to locate all Zimbabweans in Ukraine, so that at any point or at any time we can actually help them. As you have heard from Ngoni, that the government told the people to go and at the border, but the students are stuck and they don't know how to get to the border to begin with. That is one of the problems that we are trying to solve. We have been trying to reach bus companies as well from other European countries, and so far many bus companies are afraid of going to Ukraine. Definitely, you know, there's a war, and they are afraid for their citizens, but we are still trying. We have also managed to talk to some authorities, or to the authorities in Poland, and we can say for those students who are here in Ukraine, you can safely tell the rest of you that when they when you finally manage to move you to the Polish border, you actually be allowed to stay a 15-day stay in Poland whilst things are being figured out. So that's something like 2 weeks and 1 day after you manage to enter into Poland. So don't be scared. If you have a chance to go to Poland, you can actually get help there. So those are the steps that we have taken so far about the situation of our people in Ukraine. But now back to the business of the day. We are trying to reach our MP to see if he can give us an update on the Gokwe issue, but it seems as if it's his network is now down. 30 minutes ago, it was actually working. But generally, what he told me is that the situation in Gokwe ahead of the rallies is not very much favorable, because when our people when citizens went to put up posters for the Saturday rally, the ZANU-PF was following and removing those posters. There's been violence in one of the wards because of the rally that is coming on Saturday, and that's what the regime wants, to try to prevent our rally from going on in Gokwe, because they know that we are actually going to take Gokwe Central. Because if you look in 2008, we managed to take all the wards in Gokwe Central, and in 2013, that's when ZANU-PF started appearing and they won narrowly in 2018, meaning that Gokwe Central is our ward, and they know that their people didn't do any good job there, and definitely we are going to take Gokwe Central. That's why they are very much afraid. But we are not going to be deterred by anything. We are going to keep moving. That's what I can say. I will give World Gaming 1 second to say something. Then we'll remove him and then go to the program of the day. World Gaming, can you go ahead?
Hi guys, I hope you all can hear me.
Yes, go ahead.
Yeah, so I just wanted to ask further about like because I'm also Zimbabwean in Ukraine, so I
Mhm.
wanted to ask further about like the situation because there's something that's not quite clear to us because we're kind of like asking if there's any like written proof that like our government has agreed with Poland or Hungary because Ukraine is borders Poland, Hungary, and Moldova. Sorry, Poland, Hungary, and Montenegro and Moldova. So now and Slovakia as well. So 5 countries. So now we want to know if there's like any written proof that when we get to the borders, we can actually show them that our government has come to this agreement that we can safely pass through without any visa restrictions.
Okay, so are you in the group where we have tried to gather everyone?
Yeah,
Where
I am on Telegram and WhatsApp. Yeah.
exactly? So we are going to share with you the written proof, but please take note that this is not the government that entered into this agreement, but they are citizens who are concerned about your life, who came together, and then we have something written, and we are going to share with those in the concerned groups. Thank you so much.
Yeah, I really
We
appreciate
are
it.
going to come back to you.
All right, thank you so much. Take care.
All right. Right now to the business of the day. I'll give time to my brother Kuda. Go ahead.
I know. I was just trying to address the student who was asking about access to the border, considering they're now in a wartime situation. I think they don't have to wait for the Zimbabwean government to get clearance at this particular point. Uh, I think both NATO and the United Nations have all sort of ratified that this is a war situation and attack. And I think they're now covered under all sorts of conventions. I think Refugee Convention of 1967 and Geneva Convention, etc. So if they can get to the borders, they will be given safe passage and refuge at this current point. They don't have to wait for any government intervention at this particular point. I think as long as they have their documents, they will be given safe access to most adjacent countries at the moment.
Thank you.
Yes, so our guest for tonight is going to speak through my mic. We called him via WhatsApp. MP, can you kindly update us on the situation in Gokwe and the preparations for the Gokwe rally?
Thank you, Mr. Presenter. I'm Honorable Lysias Mchekwe, representing Triple C, Citizens Coalition for Change for Gokwe Central constituency. I'm very much pleased to be on this platform tonight. Preparations are in progress. Today, that's when we received our posters for the advertisement of the presidential rally. And we started putting these posters from 1400 hours today. But unfortunately, our competitors, they started tearing them off. Reports just received in an hour's time have got it that some posters in Gawa area, that's Ward 32, they've been removed as well. And 3 of my supporters or 3 of our citizens coalition for change supporters have been assaulted by one Chinamasa of ZANU PF, who is being alleged to have committed that assault offense. However, the message, the yellow fever message for Gokwe Central constituency regarding Saturday's rally, by-election campaigns launch a rally, which is earmarked to be addressed by none other than Advocate Nelson Chamisa, the people's, the citizens' president. Everyone is very happy to such an extent that all people are waiting. All people are waiting. All people are waiting. It's just a matter of time. The people are ready and are geared to undergo through that thrilling rally, just as they saw in Harare. I think preparatory work as of now is okay. Save for challenges only on transport, which I believe the coordinators are doing it very well, that we shall be assisted with transport and so forth. But other logistical issues, they are on track. They are on track. Just keep your fingers crossed. Come Saturday, it will be all gold or yellow Gokwe.
Thank you so much, Honorable. Can I just ask you a question? How confident are you in winning the Gokwe Central seat?
The issue of confidence was shown in 2018 when they rigged me, or when they rigged the people's vote. As alluded by the redeployed member of parliament by then, he had already castigated the Gokwe Central urban voters, saying that they should go and report all their complaints to Lysias Mtekwe, referring to me. So the issue of confidence was already alluded by the outgoing member of parliament who has been redeployed. I am 100% confident that I am going to parliament on the 1st of April. I'm very, very confident. Come rain, come thunder, the yellow people, yellow citizens will speak. The people's voice will determine, and the Gokwe Central will never remain the same. This is an event. This is a scenario where we are going to make history, because it's a preparation for 2023. What is the definition of 2023 according to Citizens Coalition for Change? I'm preparing, or we are preparing as Gokwe Central citizens for the entering into State House of President Chamisa. Zimbabwe, not just Gokwe Central, Zimbabweans, including those who are in the diaspora, the only hope, sole hope for change is Advocate Chamisa. So my getting in, my confidence in getting in is vested in the preparation for Nkomana Ngapinda Nkomana 2023. Chamisa Chete 2023. As we move towards the watershed elections, I'm 100% sure. I rest assure you that victory is just is certain. Victory is certain. We are a government awaiting for 2023. 26 March 2022 is a formality. We are in. We are in, definitely.
Thank you. Preparations for the Kwekwe rally.
Thank you, and a very good evening to everyone here present on this space. My name is Chikwinya Settlement. I was the Member of Parliament for Mbizo constituency before being recalled in February of 2018 for the obvious reasons that we had stood by principle of being with the people and being accepting to be under the leadership of President Nelson Chamisa. So let me go straight to your question, my leader. We have been preparing. The fortunate part of hosting the president in Mbizo constituency, which is part of Kwekwe city, by and large, is that we were already in the campaign mode for the by-elections, both Mbizo constituency and Kwekwe Central constituency, which our candidate is Honorable Judith Tobayewa. She's currently attending a training session organized by the party in Bulawayo, specifically for our women candidates. I hope she has been invited, and I'm sure she can be able to speak, because that constituency has a whole lot of issues outside my constituency, which is Mbizo, although they are neighboring constituencies. So with regards to preparations, as the message came in that soon after the Highfields rally in Harare, the president intended to have another rally of the same magnitude in Mbizo. It was an honor, it was a privilege. It remains an honor, it remains a privilege to host the president in my constituency. So as of today, we managed to receive our campaign material, especially our posters, which we received, which were in the same consignment with Gokwe, and as our partners in Gokwe, we have also managed to begin pestering them on strategic positions throughout the whole city, including Kwekwe Central constituency. But unfortunately, I delayed being in this meeting by about 15 minutes, not because of choice, but because I was in the constituency trying to make sure that the work is being done. As our guys were putting on these posters, PF was literally behind them, removing these posters. I will be able to share pictures if perhaps if I could share soon after to the host, and then you can distribute to the various Twitter handles over here the proof of posters being removed in my constituency. However, we have also managed to produce locally, although at a cheaper material, different from the high quality material which we managed to get for the preparation of the president. But these are small A6 flyers. So your A6 is your 120 millimeter by 100 millimeter flyer, which we are going to be taking on a door-to-door basis tomorrow. We have had a meeting today in the evening, and we have instructed all our branch chairpersons to assemble tomorrow by 10 o'clock. And then we are going to have a door-to-door session whereby we distribute door-to-door flyers in terms of trying to mobilize. What we have also done is to hire a PA system, which we are mounting on a truck, and then this truck is going to go right around Mbizo constituency and Kwekwe Central constituency, playing loud our music, playing loud our message from our district organizing secretaries, who are our MCs, in terms of mobilizing our people and conscientizing our people. Although through the soft copy flyers, messages have been going through WhatsApp, through Facebook handles, and to a smaller extent Twitter, but we are using WhatsApp at a large scale in terms of our groups. So we are quite ready. We are quite. As I speak to you right now, I am with our technical staff who are here to assist us to make sure that things happen as per speak and span with regards to the standards set out in Highfield. Of course, these are issues to do with resources are a hindrance. The local people, because Emerson Mnangagwa, and this is very critical, Emerson Mnangagwa is addressing in Mbizo on the 26th. On the 26th of February. President Chamisa is addressing on the 27th of February. So there's now literally competition. ZANU-PF has unleashed its Al-Shabaab. I'm sure all of you here know Al-Shabaab based in Bizo. The leadership, we actually saw them right now in Bizo. They are commanding their people. They've actually set up bases where operations are being carried out. So we are told from informers that they intend to intimidate people on Sunday morning. So what we need to do now is to make sure that our teams are again on the ground on Sunday morning, ensuring that people come out for the Yellow Sunday in Kwekwe for a rally. So it's going to be a tough one, but we are sure that with the mood on the ground, people are going to come out. Over to you.
Thank you so much, Honorable. I'll give my co-host, Ndebele Hub, a chance to ask one question to each of the honorables, the honorable in Gokwe and the honorable in Kwekwe. So start with the honorable in Gokwe.
All right. Thank you very much. But before I speak to the honorables, I would just like to give my brothers Kuda and Washington some time to speak about the fundraising, because remember we are here again fundraising for the two rallies going on. If you check on top of the of the space, there is a link that gets you to a point where you can donate your money so that the two rallies actually become a success. So I will start with Washington and then go to Kuda, and then we can talk to the honorable. Thank you. You can go ahead, my brother Washington.
I think he's having network problems, so maybe you can go to Kuda.
Yes, you can go ahead, Kuda.
Hey guys, how are you? Thank you for the opportunity to speak. Um, we were asked to jump in again as citizens to try and assist with the rallies in Gokwe and Kwekwe. The budgets that were given, I think you've been told, we're looking to raise about 15,000 bucks. Um, and we already started raising this money using the Kofi channel, which has been very successful. I think we're down about 13% so far. Remember, guys, we had a bit money left over in the kitty from the Sunday rally after the issue with Sir Colors not being able to perform. So we had a bit money left in the kitty. We've been able to get some of that money withdrawn, and that will be given to the SG and Honorable Mafume tomorrow, because they've asked us to start assisting with the president's security team making their way uh, to location for pre-scouting, etc. We still have a long way to go, however, but I'm very confident in the citizenry. We have emailed all our previous donors already, giving them an update on what happened on Sunday. And we've also been giving them updates on the current fund, the current amount that we have been raising. If you haven't managed to donate yet, please use the link provided by the diaspora link. I think it's the easiest way. It's the most accountable way, because everything is open in fresh air, in sunlight, and the leadership have access to the accounts as well, so that we can actually see what money comes in, and then we will also, as citizens, demand accountability from our principals when we hand over the cash. Um, Anybody who has any sort of questions about what happened on Sunday and you donated, please check your email, because everybody who donated got an email from us. Um, in fact, they got another one today as well. So please check your email. If you didn't, please just go on the platform. You will get there's a blog that's been written there that's visible only to donors. The reason why we're sometimes communicating directly only with donors is because we want to start an accountability loop that speaks only to people who actually participate and fund the movement. We do not want to be sometimes airing out issues on timelines, in public timelines, because I'm realizing that sometimes we're giving ZANU PF and others and other detractors a fuel and energy to criticize and cause confusion. For example, after what happened with the circulars issue, that was an issue that was definitely a lot of organizational issues. Obviously, on Sunday, trying to put him after the president was not. I don't think was a good idea, considering people's energy by that time would have waned, and also when the police started pushing and shoving, telling people to get off the ground, it was now impossible for colors to get on. And so the thing is, what happens is now if we throw these things on timelines, we start getting artists attacked, we start getting questioned on accountability, etc. So what we did was made sure everybody who gave even $1 understood, was given information on what happened as it happened, so that we had no issues about where your money went and how it was used. We're also hoping that with the diaspora connection, the connection is helping us, that Treasury can also eventually also do a proper audit of how your money is being used, because I'm also a donor. I donated to the car. I've donated to many of the CCC causes. Uh, I sometimes feel very aggrieved that I don't ever get feedback of content. I don't know what's happening with the car. I don't know what's happening with certain issues. So I'm hoping that with the diaspora connection, the guys have been very, very upfront, very, very transparent, and we've been very, very adamant that throughout this I want to make sure that our candidates in Gokwe, in Kwekwe, all over the country get the resources they need, and every cent is accounted for. And I think that's one thing that I am passionate about. Ever since we've done fundraising for the past few years using social media. So if you have any questions about where your money went, please do not hesitate at to demand transparency. Do not hesitate to message the platform. Email me directly. You will not have my email if you don't, and we'll let you know what's going on. And also, I think Honorable Wende, SG Wende, Mr. Mafume, Comrade Chibai, and the team should also be very willing to justify the usage of your money. But they will only answer questions, ladies and gentlemen, to those who donate. So if you want to have accountability, please decide Dorarako, and then you are now a shareholder in the process, and we'll make sure that you always get the information you need. I'm happy I will be here if anyone has any questions for me, particularly. Remember, guys, I'm just a humble farmer in Zimbabwe. There's not much that I don't have much control over what the leadership is doing, etc. However, semuna arwiso mari dzangu netime yangu ndechido accountability saka I've got some power in making sure that they give us responses and give us answers. But I don't have much on as far as policy decisions and so forth. All we can do is humbly suggest and have faith that the leadership is doing the right thing up until a point. So any questions that I can answer, I will answer. Anything I can't, I will definitely defer to Mema Fume or the SG for the time being. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Kuda. And also, I just wanted to say that sometimes there is issues that go on with the link with regards to, when you're trying to make a donation. So whenever you experience such technical challenges, please don't hesitate to contact the host, CCC Diaspora, or maybe just send a DM to Kuda or Washington. They can try and help you, get through the technical challenges. Yeah. So now, Washington, you can go ahead.
Thank you, host. I hope I'm audible now.
Yes, clear.
Thank you very much. Thank you, co-host. Thank you, my brother Kuda. I think you made a very good point. The point that you made there is you are a citizen who is taking his citizenry position to make sure something that you have passion for happens. And I think it's the same with everyone on this platform. We are citizens just like everyone here, and we are doing our best to make sure the Zimbabwe that we want is delivered. The challenge we have, ladies and gentlemen, is for many years we have been saying whether it's MDC, they will be doing things, they'll be doing things. with the CCCC, it's the citizens. We have to take responsibility to make sure the Zimbabwe that we want is delivered. So if you are not a shareholder, how can you then come and say, oh, this has happened or this has not happened? So the challenge that we have today is that as we are shareholders of Zimbabwe, we need to make sure we take responsibility for our shareholdings, because if you don't do anything about your Zimbabwe, you can't complain to anyone to say, oh, we've got a problem, we've got this, we've got this. So um, just a short story here. um, can I ask each and every person who's on this call tonight to retweet this message so that it can go to reach out to every other person who's not aware of what's happening tonight? Let's follow each other. Secondly, I want to thank the Triple C diaspora for the position that they are taking. This shows that they are government in waiting, going to deal with issues that are affecting our children in Ukraine. I salute that, and I really want to ask everyone who's on the call to say, let's pray for our children so that if they're going to leave Ukraine, they leave Ukraine safe without being hurt, because this hurts. While we are preparing our Zimbabwe, I also want to thank our honorable gentlemen, leaders in Zimbabwe who are on this call, who are also telling us about the challenges that our Triple C is facing. Now, the challenge we have as people in diaspora or people on this call tonight is that we need to stand up to all these abuses. We need to stand up to all that ZANU-PF is doing. But mostly, let's become shareholders and donate using the link that is on the top. Let's help out our country, ladies and gentlemen. Let's take responsibility for being a citizen and see that we get to a new Zimbabwe. I hand back over to you, host. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Washington, for that. So, host, if the honorable in Gokwe is still online, I have a question for him.
Yes, go ahead. He's online.
All right. So I what I want to understand, and probably what a lot of people want to understand as well, is there is a lot of for lack of a better word, ignorance with regards to the mandate of someone who is in their position, someone who is campaigning to be a member of parliament. I want to ask you to explain to the people on this space, in simple terms, what is your mandate as an MP if you're elected into parliament? What is it that you are going to be doing? What is it? What is your job title, and what are you going to be doing in simple terms?
Okay, thank you very much, co-host. Uh, my mandate as a parliamentarian is a constitutional obligation. It's provided for within our constitution. One, I'm a legislator, meaning in similar terms that I'm a lawmaker. What is it that I have for Gokwearians or for Gokwe Central? What laws do I have to go and put across in Parliament? All those incidental matters related to law affecting the citizens of Gokwe Central. And at national level, I've got to make sure that I make presentations before the Honorable August House of Parliament. My other role, as enunciated by the Constitution of Zimbabwe, is that of the oversight role. I go together with other parliamentarians, or as the August House. It is one of our fundamental roles to make sure that we bring the executive into accountability. It has got to be accountable to us because we are representing the people. The people are the law. So all the fundamental roles, they are outlined in the Constitution. I can't go to the sections since I'm just awaiting to be attested or to be to go through the process. But I gone through the process. It's provided for in the Constitution. Over and above that, there are other roles I've got to play within my constituents to make sure that there is peace and harmony. I've got, because here in Gokwe, should I say in the most rural areas, most rural constituencies, we do have people falling victims to other politicians who might feel that Zimbabwe is a private limited institution. So I've got to make sure that such laws are implemented. I've got to make sure that the peace and the reconciliation organ is working. And they are quite enough. In short, that's what I can say. It's not that I don't have the foresight of being a parliamentarian. I do have. But basically, in short, my roles are clearly outlined in the Constitution of Zimbabwe. I thank you.
Thank you very much, Honorable. Like, why I asked the question is because we seem to have confusion, like in the citizenry. A lot of people confuse the work of a parliamentarian and the work of a councillor. So I wanted you to make that distinction, to say your role is playing an oversight, an oversight role. You are in the legislature and you oversee things that councillors are supposed to be doing, things like making sure refuse is collected, and and things like that. But thank you for making that clarification as well. To honorable settlement now, I understand that there is one Judith Mbaiwa who's a councillor, a candidate as well. She's a woman, and we understand, the environment that we are in as Zimbabwe when it comes to women in politics. I want you to tell us the role of women participating in political issues in Zimbabwe, and the things that they suffer from, and also maybe just tell us the what it is that you are working on in terms of making sure that women are included, in things to do with policy making, and issues like gender-based violence in your area.
Thank you, co-host. Let me just, before I get to your question, let me just also add the third role of a parliamentarian, but which is the most confusing. And basically, this is the role which they term representation. It's most confusing because this one is all-encompassing. This is where you are expected to be taking constituency issues into parliament, as rightfully said by my colleague from Gokwe, Honorable Mtegwe. But this is largely the role under which we are measured. And this is the role which we need to pay attention to as we move as the Citizens Coalition, because we are now trying to take back leadership while it's occupying a parliamentary position. But you must be a community leader. You must have influence in your community for the purposes of ensuring that your community feels and sees that there is a leader whom they elected. Unfortunately, it is a role imposed upon us outside necessarily the jurisdiction of the Constitution. So this is whereby you'll see me at a funeral, you'll see me at a wedding, you'll see me at a community water meeting, you'll see me at a kettle deep meeting. Don't blame me. Don't blame the MP. We are simply responding to the dictates and realities of our nation. It might not seem to be the best. If it was an examination, you were not going to be a passing candidate if it was a British jurisdiction examination. But believe you me, this is what our competitors are having an edge over us. And this is why I believe that the twinning arrangement which has been made between branches in the diaspora and our local constituencies is supposed to focus on. So if I am twinned with Birmingham, for example, which I am actually twinned with, the focus must be, what are you doing as a community leader in Mbizo, which reflects on the national agenda, which you are now then discussing on the legislative platform in Parliament. So if there's no power, if there's no, to put it in our local lingo, if there's no ZESA in Zimbabwe, in Mbizo, a particular section of Mbizo, what have you done? What have you said on behalf of Mbizo in Parliament? And this is where we are measured, and I believe this is where we are supposed to actually excel, because our people no longer trust the government to deliver. Our people now trust the elected representatives, whether you're in opposition or you're in the ruling party. They now believe in you as the deliver of social services. Unfortunately, it is not by the book, but it is actually by practicality. Let me get back to you with regards to the issue of women's participation in our policy making and policy formulation matrix. First and foremost, I would refer you to the Second Amendment of the Constitution, which, as a carrot, came with it the extension of proportional representatives being purely women. And these are 6 women from a particular province based on a proportional representation mechanism who get into Parliament. They, according to the 2013 Constitution, that provision was supposed to expire in 2023. But the Second Amendment of the Constitution, and I repeat to say, it is a carrot, because the amendment came with a carrot and stick approach. The carrot being that we were given the extension of women in Parliament by another 10 years, so up to 2033. But the stick being that the president now has to appoint judges solely. There is no longer consultation on the presidential powers and so on and so forth. But the carrot, it lies in the women's extension in terms of parliamentary entry on a proportional representation basis, as well as the youth quota, where you now have every province forwarding 1 youth person on a proportional representative matrix to Parliament. But more so, in terms of women's representation, what Parliament has done is to have a recognized parliamentary women's caucus, where women literally have their issues across the political divide. And this is one of the most strongest caucuses in Parliament. It's one of the most strongest in terms of its voice. It's one of the most strongest in terms of it is blind to political affiliation, believe you me. When these women sit around the table and discuss about women's issues, they are blind to ZANU-PF, and they are blind to Triple C, and they are blind to MDC. They begin to speak about women's issues. So to my colleague, Honorable Judith Tobayo, I will need to quickly walk her through how to quickly infuse participation into these caucuses. How Joanna Mamombe has done so well in these caucuses. How Honorable Vice President Kore did so well in these caucuses, how Honorable Chinonjawana did so well in these caucuses is a marvel. It's a marvel. So what is in fact is that while Honorable Judith Chobawa is coming in as a new, she is bringing in new blood. One biggest problem which Thokozani Kupe did was to actually withdraw women. I am not privy to what is going on at national level with regards to bringing her back, but let me draw your attention to the fact that she is on public record to say she is being victimized as a woman, but she's the first person to victimize women. She victimized Tabita Kuman. She victimized Honorable Mpofu, who actually later on went on to die out of high blood pressure. She victimized the Honorable Love in Matabele North, who later on actually went on to die out of the result of the blood pressure. A lot of women were withdrawn at the instigation of Honorable Thokozani Kupe. So women must begin to support each other. I am a man. I stand to support the rights of women. I have supported them before. But if they don't stand to support themselves and they do each other down, it becomes a one step forward, two steps backwards. So with Honorable Judith Chobayo, she is my sister. She is within the neighboring constituency. The success of Kwekwe Central, in fact, our biggest campaign in Kwekwe Central is that you are bringing in for the first time a woman candidate under a constituency that has women who are suffering intensely and immensely to the issues of patriarchal dominance because of the small-scale mining activities, which are chikorokoza, if I may bring it to the local lingo. So women must be able to support them. They are one of their own. And I am there to be able to assist her, and I'm there fully prepared to walk her through.
Thank you very much, Honorable. Host, maybe you have something to add.
Thank you so much, our honorable, for your time and for everything that you have said so far. You can stay on the space so that the people can keep on interacting with you. But our main business of the day, because of the goal that we have, is going to be fundraising. So we have brought three of our fundraising champions. I hope Mr. Washington will be able to come back. Mr. Kuda, Mambo Shoshe, and Mr. Washington. I'm seeing my brother Chambara there. I'm seeing my brother Ranga there, and many others. Can we all come to the podium and do the main business of the day? We'll start with Mambo Shoshe.
Thank you, Dr. Zico. Thank you, everyone here, honorable members of our parliament, and all protocol observed. Thank you so much for organizing this Twitter space. Of course, before I go any further, because we said the business of the day is to donate, I'm going to donate $50 as soon as I get off here. And I'll also try and talk about how we are going to come in as external assemblies, as we have always done when the party is having such big occasions. But let me acknowledge what our branch, the Triple C branch in Europe, and German chairman or champion Mutetwa and his executive, how they've quickly responded to the plight of our students or citizens or Zimbabweans in Ukraine. Thank you so much for that. And if there are any other arrangements that are being made, please let us know. I know as external assemblies, we've already agreed that each external assemblies is going to come up with $150 so that it can be sent to those students so that they can jump in buses and go to safer places. That's a much quicker, much better response from use German and Europe than we have seen from the so-called Zimbabwean government. So thank you so much for that. And Rally.
Chief, you seem to be breaking so much.
Am I breaking? What
Yes,
about
yes.
now?
Yeah, now it's better. Can you try to go ahead now?
Okay. So I just wanted to say to Honorable Mtekwa, as North Dakota, we're going to support you as much as we can. As you heard other people talking about the twinning program, we were twinned with you. And as North America province, we gave each branch that was twinned with a ward or constituents a target of $1,000. We only have 12 branches. We are the smallest of the triple C provinces in the diaspora, and each branch has done their best. And I can tell you that up to now, we have raised over $9,000. We are left with $3,000 to get to our target of $12,000. So thank you so much those in North America. On Sunday, we'll be having a big Nimbe Ilima, where we are going to invite all Zimbabweans in North America to come and support these branches so that we can be able to reach our target of $12,000. But we understand that North Dakota cannot do everything for Gokwe. That $1,000 that we are going to support him with, it's just a drop in an ocean. There is a lot of needs. They need a lot, especially now that they are going to be hosting the president. I heard that the president gave an order to the organizing department that he needs a big rally in Gokwe. He doesn't care that it's in the rural areas. And he also needs another bigger rally in Kwekwe. So all that doesn't come cheap. We have to work hard. We have to do something as citizens in the diaspora. You can see from what Honorable Settlement Chikwinya and Honorable Mutegwa, you can feel that they are doing their part. They are walking the ground. They're doing, door-to-door mobilizations. They are playing their part. I was talking to the director of organizing, Farai. He is already with his team in Gokwe and Kwekwe. There is no one in Harare right now from the organizing department. Everyone is out there doing their part. So what I can only say to all of us here, let's play our part. We can't go out there and do door-to-door mobilizations. We can't be there physically, but let's do what we can do from here. Let's use our pockets. Let's use our wallets. Let's sacrifice those McDonald's, those six packs, those bottles of whiskey, and put our money to good use. You are seeing another citizen here, our brother Kuda, is doing his part together with other citizens. Let's support them. Let's make sure that we have another successful rally in Gokwe and in Kwekwe. It doesn't make sense, there's no point in having a very good rally in Harare and then you go on to have a failed rally in Kwekwe and Gokwe. Let's make sure that we keep the momentum. Keeping the momentum means pumping out more. I know it's training. I know the people here
You are breaking again, Chief.
will be saying, oh, we gave money last month. We gave money just last.
So we keep losing Chief there. Let me go to there is Nita Primrose. Primrose, can you go ahead?
Thank you very much, host. First of all, I want to thank Kuda with all the wonderful work and everyone who is doing the campaign. I'm also glad to have received the email from you, Kuda, thanking me for the contributions that I have made. My point today to everyone, and also to those who are campaigning, and also
But
to
that's
our
the struggle.
president,
That's the
Chamisa,
nature
is
of
that.
the struggle.
Hello, can you hear me?
It's never.
Yes, go ahead, Nita.
Thank you. And also, my word today is to say, I don't know if you're already doing that, but let's, if not, can we do a $1 campaign for everyone? uh, yes, we in diaspora, we can contribute, everyone can contribute. But if we don't have people in our raw areas also engaging in these platforms, because if they put $1, they are already part and parcel of the whole forum. I haven't seen in the WhatsApp groups messages running around asking people to also contribute in EcoCash, for example. So let's campaign just $1 from everyone to also be part and parcel of this. Imagine if every Zimbabwean pays $1. We don't need to wait for elections to have 2 million people or 6 million people have voted for CCC. We can have these numbers now by just $1. $1 means a person. And huge organizations like Global Fund for Women do such campaigns, very simple. $1, you engage with people. So I don't know if it's something you are thinking about or you have already engaged on that, but let's have everyone. I can send $5 to my neighbors in the rural areas, and they can use that dollar to pay for $1 campaign. So please, I'm just here for $1 campaign and nothing much. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Primrose. I hope, we thank you for your generosity last time, and I'll give time to Kuda.
Thank you, Primrose, for donating, and we really appreciate the conversation about this dollar campaign is important. I just want to let you citizens know that the reason why there is no EcoCash number currently, and or EcoCash merchant, money merchant, or even a bank account, is that we have to remember the environment that the new party. Um, it's not even 2 months old yet. There is a lot of work to do as far as opening up new bank accounts that are not tainted with the old MBTA mantra. There's a lot of ownership
Sorry,
issues
sorry,
when it comes.
sorry, Kuda, we are not hearing you properly. Host, can you make Kuda to come again?
Hello, can you hear me now?
Yeah, maybe now.
Okay, I was saying that the reason why numbers have not been put out is still by Senator Coulthard and his treasury team. CCC accounts are opened and registered and legal. Remember, there's a lot of public leadership is not doing it because they right now it's just a solutions need to be written to be
Hi, Kuda.
needs to be
Your network is bad, my brother. Your network, you keep cutting off. I don't know what's happening. It's breaking a lot. But yeah, we thank Primrose for the suggestion, and I think what Kuda was just trying to say was, right now, since the party is kind of still new, there's a lot of bureaucracy that goes in, with regards to opening up of new bank accounts, and that are aligned to the CCC party. Considering also the environment that we are working in, so there might be a lot of challenges, you know, that come with uh, making those ideas come to fruition. So there is a lot of work. I think it's quite a noble idea yeah, the dollar campaign, it would go a long way in terms of, helping with the with the donations and all that. But I'm sure the guys who are working, with maybe my brother Washington, for the fundraising and the finance guys there at the top, I'm sure they would take this into consideration, because I'm sure everyone else wants to be part of the movement, um, anyhow, the best way that they can. So it would be something that would be, well accepted by everyone. But yeah, I'll just give the host to take this from.
Okay, thank you so much. What I can say is, as you rightly said, the suggestions that are coming from the citizens every day, and definitely all of them are being taken into consideration. And very soon, you are also going to hear very exciting news from us. So keep following, and you'll be able to hear the exciting news. Mr. Washington, you can now call your comrades in the floor to come and speak. So, everyone, you can now take the mic and come and interact with our guests, the MPs, our fundraising team, and also we can be talking about our students in Ukraine as we are fundraising. So let's go ahead. Mr. Washington, my brother Kuda, and Ndebele Hub, over to you.
All right. Thank you very much. Before I go to Washington, is the honorable from Gokwe still there?
Yes, he is there.
Okay, I have some very concerning statistics that I just come across. It says that on average, in the communal areas of Gokwe, 4.8 tons of wood is used per household as fuel, like for cooking and things like that. And another 3.5 tons is used to create, kulaka, zimba, using wood. And so which makes it about eight, eight, 8 tons that is used annually for things like firewood for cooking and building structures. What do you, or what can you say, because that's a very worrying statistic, considering the environment and all the issues to do with green energy and global warming. What can you say about that statistic, and if there are any measures that you are taking into consideration when it comes to degradation of the environment? What can you tell the citizens?
Thank you for your question. But before I start answering you, I would like to applaud and thank the Citizens Coalition for Change Diaspora team for coming up with this initiative to have this platform, and all those consultant funding efforts you are making in as far as fundraising is concerned. All if you have spoken. But let me now come to your question. This question is too technical, but it cannot go away without being answered to or being responded to. But taking into cognizance or consideration of the current situation scenario here in Gokwe, Gokwe Central, we do have the area that which they call the forest. I'm not in office as a parliamentarian right now. It is these people who are there. It is the ZANU-PF legislatures, the ZANU-PF government which is in place. As you have already said, such a consumption is too dangerous to our environment, to the green system effect. It's very, very uncomfortable. However, our rural areas, our setups, the constituents regarding the rural constituents, we've got 4 wards which are rural, and we've got 6 wards which are urban. Of the 6 urban wards, of course, the EMA, they've got regulatory legislations to do with the cutting or the chopping down of trees, whereby we have the Forestry Commission, which is in place. But those laws are not very, very effective in as far as we do see things going on daily basis here at Gokwe. We have people who are making firewood sales. We have people who are selling firewood. It's also contributory to what you are saying. But my narrative summative with regards to that is that it's not very conducive to have such. You said it's 8 tons, 8 tons. But this facts or this research, it needs to be verified first and foremost, because I haven't carried it out as yet. But to me, it would sound rather too dangerous to the system, as you have already alluded to. So, in short, it's too technical. It would require me to investigate. It would require me to make technical advice. It would require me to make informed decisions rather than rhetorical answers to such a given technical question. I thank you.
Thank you very much. This was an article that was written. It's actually on a platform called JSTOR. It's called "The Consumption of Wood by Rural Households in Gokwe Communal Area, Zimbabwe." I will not go into detail about who wrote it and all of that. So my brother Washington was about to go and say something. But also, before he does that, you can now request the mic, and then I will be taking 2 speakers, and then you can ask your questions either to our fundraising champions or to our honorable MPs, candidates who are here for Gokwe and Kwekwe, and then you can ask your questions. But you can request your mic, and then while you're doing that, my brother Washington, you can go ahead.
Thank you. It actually shows that our honorable members or our prospective honorable members are doing a lot of work out there. What I would really want to applaud is the citizens. Citizens, without you, we Triple C would not be where it is. Triple C is here today because of you. Triple C is still a baby which needs to be nurtured. Now, there's been some talks about different fundraisers. There is actually a lot going on out there. A lot of fundraisers are going on. I'll give you a snapshot. We've got like $100 a leaders club where people have committed to pay $100 on a monthly basis for the next month until after the elections to try and resource the party. And that is being built. We still have a small number of people in there. I think we've got about 56 people within the $100 club. We've got a $50 club. We've got a $25 club. We've got a $10 club. Now, we are trying to make sure we give everyone a chance
to play their part where they are comfortable to play their part, because as you so we do not want to impose something on some of our cadres, some of the citizens. We want citizens to go and join in where they feel they will be able to contribute. The dollar club that was mentioned, we're looking at that as well, because imagine a million people paying in $1 every month, how that would. So we are looking into all possibilities. There are people who can afford even 500 per month or a one-off. We are not writing you off. As we speak right now, we really are in need.
Excuse me, host. Excuse me, host. With all respect to my brother who has been speaking, excuse me, host. Can I just say something urgent?
Go
Sure,
ahead.
go ahead.
I am just receiving a message that a truckload of ZANU PF people have descended at the shopping center where we are supposed to host our rally, and where we have been putting up our posters, and they are pulling down our posters. I am driving a truck which is literally the emergency reaction truck for my guys. Oh, they have been using another smaller truck, and I was with another truck. I had driven to a place whereby there is a stable Wi-Fi in respect of this meeting. I would beg that I be excused and ferry my reaction team to Mbizo 4 shopping center right now. So I would advise perhaps whoever, if there's anything which goes wrong in the next 1 hour, please bear with us. We'll be told whatever would have happened, but we're now going to react, and we are going to react, which may mean there'll be violence right now, right now, because I have to go there.
Thank you, Honorable, and thank you for your time. Remember to send us to send me the update that you want me to share with the people, so that we can always keep monitoring the situation in Kwekwe. Thank you so much.
It's okay. You can DM me on my Twitter handle, or you can WhatsApp me. WhatsApp is a bit more stable in terms of data. I mean network availability on. You can take this number down: 0772
My
9.
brother, sorry, honorable.
Honorable,
I think
I have your number. I will DM you.
It's okay. It's okay. So let me please allow me to leave the meeting now. Let me go and react to this situation right now.
All right.
Okay.
Thank you. Go ahead.
Thank you, our leadership. I think we also need to make sure we also defend ourselves as well, because we've been seeing people being beaten, and I think it's not fair for people just being beaten and not doing anything. We need to start defending ourselves before we start losing people running away saying we can't be defending ourselves, which is very unfortunate. But going back to the issue of fundraising, I think that it's a challenge that we have. We need to have a pocket on the side, specifically standing to help people that either would have been beaten or arrested and locked away, which is the tactic that ZANU-PF has been using to lock people up and make sure they keep on coming to refund, to try and get them to stop doing anything about fighting for their rights. So we've got so many challenges, ladies and gentlemen. But to go back to focus on our today's event, our today's event is to try and facilitate uh, the presidential team, our prospect ministers in Kwekwe and Gokwe for this weekend, to make sure, regardless of what ZANU-PF is thinking of doing, that these meetings go ahead, that these meetings happen, because this is a confidence that we'll be giving to our citizens in these areas. We need to make sure this has happened. So for all of us, if we could try and retweet our messages that we are on here tonight and we or it's in afternoon or morning, depending on wherever you are, we need to try and make sure we help our brothers and sisters in Zimbabwe. And for those of us who are in diaspora, we need to go home. So we can't go back home in a mess as it is. We need to do something to make sure this mess is thrown out. Look at the confusion that they have. They can't even do anything about our children who are in Ukraine. And let alone where there's violence, that's what they're good at. So we need to show them that we are different. We want to put solutions on the table. We want to bring a better Zimbabwe to the citizens. So together, united, we will do something amazing. I also want to thank also the representation that are here in the diaspora, or the chairman that met and work a plan towards making sure something happens to our citizens, to our children in Ukraine, and to all of us here tonight. Please, I always ask to say, find it somewhere in your heart to say, in the 70s, people went to war. They went to war when they were young to fight to get a Zimbabwe where they could get a right to vote, a right to freedom of work, a right to freedom of participating like what we are doing in an electoral process. But the same people, some of the same people that went to fight for this, they are now trying to gag us to stop us from doing this. I think we need to send a clear message to say, no, it's not going to happen. It's not, they are not going to shut us up. We thank these social media platforms now that are bringing us together to really discuss in real time on the way forward and hearing what is happening out there.
To send it.
So I held back my mic to the host, and I just ask anyone of us here to say the link is up there. Ask the mic and come on top and let us know what you are thinking of doing today so that we can make our weekend a success story. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Goma Washington. So right now I will be taking questions. I will start off with LT Mob. I think that's the name. And then since Nita Primrose has spoken before, I will give the chance to Skatazide to ask her question. So LT Mob, you can unmute your mic and make a contribution. Thank you.
Thank you. I hope you can hear me. My question would have been addressed to the Gokwe MP candidate. Is he still there, or he's been affected by the incident?
He's there.
All right, yeah. Then if he's there, I used to be a resident and a participant in the Gokwe Central area. Maybe if he looks clearly at my picture, he would remember me. So my question is, how visible is the new rebranded CCC in the rural areas? I'm mainly referring to areas like Chemagora, like Kawa, like Nyaradzo, like Njelele. Those are areas that are, I would imagine, in the Gokwe Central part. And I'm also a bit worried about what happened in 2018 when we voted for Mr. Honorable Mtegwe. We actually won in the central part of Gokwe. Then by some miracle, the then incumbent Mr. Matemadanda won the certain area called Chemagora, I think. So what measures is he putting to prevent the same from happening? I rest my case for now.
Honorable, you can go ahead.
What we have done so far, we have visited the rural wards, including Chemagora, unfortunately, is not part of us. That's what 28 Gokwe Mafungaus. I know the area you are referring to is the Banda area, Ngondoma area, Mapumo Forestry, right? And where I was going there to Njalandi and Zanda, right? What we have done in terms of visibility, in terms of kuzivisa, so that the name, the Triple C, is known in the community. We have made outreach programs in Ward 15, Gababi. We went there with my truck. Unfortunately, my truck is broken down. I'm now using smaller vehicles. We went there directly. We had a very good day doing door-to-door at Mafumo. We had, prior to what I've received today, I had made my own flyers, which I will show you on our Twitter handle. I had made quite a number of small flyers locally here using my own resources. They are yellow. I also made posters with my team. We went there, we were 30. We spent the whole day there educating the people about the Triple C, the sloganeering is now known. We have gone to the extent of meeting the local leadership, community opinion leaders. They are now aware. Why am I saying so? Today, you mentioned Igawa. At Igawa, now tomorrow morning, I'm going to see the dispo. I'm going to make a formal report regarding what is transpired at Igawa. Why? Because the yellow posters have been torn. Why have they been torn? It's because they are known. The yellow color is now known. I think on publicity, we are doing our level best. Only that we used to have a hailer. But as of today now, as we move along with technology, I propose that by next week after the rally, I must be having a PA system that we shall be moving around with, that which can go further as we publicize. I've got just a few T-shirts which I've managed to print from my campaigns manager. Now has got one, and I also saw another one with another T-shirt. The T-shirts, they are now coming in small batches, using my little resources that which I have. What is it that I have on the T-shirt? It's the symbol, the Triple C. In fact, let me say the symbol that which we used for the nomination courts. So publicity, don't worry, my brother, don't worry. Is going to happen. The miracles now that which you have spoken, that 2018, after you had made your voice, after you had spoken, after the people had spoken, after Gokwe Central had spoken, they reaped, of course, you know it. What are the measures, the precautions we have taken into place? What I promise you, one, we have got polling station point persons in each and every polling station. We do have agents, 4 agents per polling station. Why? To avoid unnecessary losses due to rigging. They might, Zek, we don't want to lie. They can say there was polling station B when in actual fact it wasn't there. So as the part and the parcel of the electoral reforms that which we are requesting is Gokwe Central, we must first declare, ZEC must declare the total number of polling stations per ward, then the constituency. Even when we go for 2023, that should also be adhered to. We must first know how many polling stations are we having. We agree on that. In short, let me not waste your time, but I think to a certain extent, or wholeheartedly, I have answered you. But nevertheless, let me assure you, nevertheless, the V11s, they are also going to be kept. We're going to, in fact, we now have what we call the GEOs. that which we were instructed to put in place by our technical team from elections head office. We now have the district elections office. They will be working, and as of now, they have already started training polling station agents. They have started training polling station point person, village village contact persons, household contact persons. We know, you see, the strategy that which was brought by National Organizing Department, if ever we follow.
It seems like we have lost the honorable there. Maybe you can go to another speaker whilst we are waiting.
Yes, you can go ahead, Skatazile.
Yeah, thank you for joining your program, Honorable Host and Honorable MP. Yeah, it's only that in Zimbabwe, Zimbabwe is not just a good country, it's a bad country. My heart, almost missed a beat when I heard the Honorable from Kwekwe saying, he has to run and attend, some kind of violence that is just about to start at Mbizo 4. There was a speaker who said, we must show them, we must tell them. These ZANU-PF guys, if we refer to them as, we must tell them, we must show them that the CC thing.
Skatazile, your network is quite jumpy. You're breaking a lot. So maybe you can come
We can
come
actually
through.
hear very well.
Cost, you are the one with the network trouble.
Oh, really?
Skatasile, can you continue? Yes, yes.
Okay, I was like saying, this ZANU-PF arrogance, we must not refer to them as them. We have to say these ZANU-PF murderers, these ZANU-PF evil people. We have to mention them using these words because that's what they are. As for now, I believe in Kwekwe. Kwekwe is already a yellow zone. Gokwe, I know Gokwe. Gokwe is a yellow zone. Kwekwe, the problem in Kwekwe is that people are intimidated. People were killed. I was there. I'm a Kwekwe resident. People were butchered. People were murdered. So those things, they hound people. So people were like, I would rather pretend to be a ZANU-PF. Otherwise, those areas are yellow zones. As for me, I'm just trying hard. I might not have money to contribute, but I'm trying hard to motivate, even to encourage my relatives, friends, my classmates that you guys, you have to register and vote, back up our MPs, back up the lady in Kwekwe, back up, the the name is just I can't pronounce the name. The Gokwe Honorable. Just because these people, if we fail to fundraise, at least we've got other ways we can assist. So you guys, we are backing you. We are with you guys, even though we are not right in your respectable places, but we are backing you day in, day out. So the other thing that I want to tell the Gokwe MP who was like saying the posters are being teared up. Don't worry, the CC thing is inside the heart of the citizens in Zimbabwe. That one I know it very much. From the formation of MTC, with the late Morgan Tangira being the leader, people loved the party. People loved all the principles that the party launched, saying it was going to do this and that. But because of the intimidation, because of the murderers of ZANU-PF, people are afraid of dying. Fine, we are going to die, but being butchered, it's something bad. It's not, it haunts even those who see other people being butchered. So people, I encourage the MPs to stand their ground and just announce whilst you are addressing your people, instill courage in their hearts, telling them that no, these ZANU-PF puppets, these ZANU-PF evildoers, we want to come to a point of stopping their evil activities by this yellow thing. Just, the moment you expose them in front of the people will see that we've got a courageous leader. We've got somebody who is eager to stand for the truth. How are our people going to see that we want change? We want really change, while we want to represent them in parliament. But kana tinavo vanhu vacho, we can't tell them that ava vanhu ava vane utsinye mhondi dzevanhu. We have to say all those kind of things so that they will feel exposed, and vanhu vachaona kuti no, these guys, they are not even afraid. They are saying it. They are telling the truth in public. So guys, it's high time we expose these guys. Indinozviziva kuti we are going, you guys ka yellow itorimo muhana dzevanhu, musatombotya. I'm confident. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Skatazide, for your contribution there. Let's have more speakers coming up. Kuda, do you have anything to say?
Yeah, I think I'm obviously very concerned about what's happening with our MP, who has to now go and deal with violence. I feel I feel my heart goes out to people on the ground fighting. We as citizens, we are going to have to really pull together and be strong at this particular time. We have to be able to give the people their election and their victory fairly and democratically. But I am very, very upset that we're still in this space where posters are being ripped down, people are being beaten up, etc. I'm finding it hard to reconcile because I don't know if I have many more years um, being able to fight. I'm now 44. I mean, the next by 2028, I don't know if I'll still be functioning. And I think I'm getting frustrated. I think we really, really we deserve better. I've seen the best years of my life as a man wasted away in a very beautiful and rich country. And what we're asking for is a fair chance for everybody to be able to prosper, like we've seen in other countries. I lived in the diaspora for 15 years. And as I was going to university, I was a street cleaner. I cleaned toilets. I worked in a butchery. I worked as a cab driver. I worked as everything. But I could still pay my mortgage. I could, my kids were in school. I was, we could be healthy on the NHS. So I've seen what a country that's well run it looks like. I've even been in a country where people like Tony Blair could consider corrupt, sending people to war, etc. But still, the country worked. And now I'm in a country which is infinitely richer, has got more gold, has got more platinum, has got more resources, has got more space, better agricultural lands, more dams per capita, and we're still finding it hard to feed ourselves. And I think that's why I am involved. Despite the effects on my business, despite the effects on my family, I'm involved because I really, really would like change, and I appreciate everyone else who's still in the diaspora, the people I left in the diaspora, who has been putting their funds together for this particular cause. We're not doing this for egos anymore. I think the last election I was on a different side. I was fighting with an independent candidate, but she's obviously joined the CCC. So have I, and we would like to participate in any way we can, use our expertise in any way we can, so we can also bring a true reflective government that represents its people. Because we are a rich country, we are a very, very rich country. We see the riches every day. So I really hope that our MPs and our candidates are safe. We are going to have to do more to protect them. We're going to have to do more to action because I sense a 2008 vibe on the ground in Zimbabwe right now. Even as I sit here in Goromons, I feel the ominous nature of how things are becoming. And we're going to have to have better tactics, strategies to keep comrades and cadres alive and safe in the next election. So Let's keep everyone in our prayers, and let's put this pull together. We have this one opportunity in 2023 to act and get the representation that we want. We'll be able to use with taxina agents, taxina mari, takatata kuyenda. No, we won't be able to do that anymore. Our children will not forgive us, ladies and gentlemen. They won't forgive us. I might as well go back to the UK and be a bus driver if that's the case. We really, really, really have to make sure that this time around we have all the evidence, we have all the stations covered, we have all our V11. We have our people on the ground with bicycles and satellite phones and whatever they need, going to have to try and provide, guys. And I know the burden is heavy right now on the diaspora and all our brothers and sisters who have left us. You're already sending us money every day to keep us fed. Yeah, our business is run because you guys are ordering. And now we're asking you guys to also help us fund the political movement. And I know that's a lot to ask, but we have no choice, guys. The party has no money. The money was taken away. The offices were taken away. Every move that our leadership tries to make, they're stifled. People could not get to the rally in cars. They had to walk. And, imagine carrying equipment trying to get to Harare grounds. It was very difficult, but people showed up. So now we have to show up as well, because it takes very brave men and women to put their heads above the parapet. Thank you for your time.
Thank you, Kuda. Host, you have something to say?
Yeah, definitely. I would like to thank the 34 people who managed to donate since this space began. And we encourage the other ones, more than 40 who have not yet donated, to kindly go and join and donate something. We are talking about a dollar movement, about a $5 movement, and all that. Um, and we are saying let's encourage people who are in the rural areas to donate their dollars. Honestly, I think it won't be fair for us to try and introduce an eco cash platform when you have people who are in the diaspora who can manage and afford data and Wi-Fi, uh, failing or not willing to donate a dollar or something like that. It wouldn't be very, very good if we do it that way. It would be better that those of us who are here, at least as a show of support, even a dollar, you go and put a dollar there. And then we talk of numbers. It's not about the amount of money that we have sometimes. It is about the number of people that have done it. If we are 100 and there are 100 people who have donated and they've donated dollar, that is a much, much greater success than having one person donating the entire 15,000 alone. So politics is a game of numbers. Fundraising is a game of numbers. So if you are not part of the numbers, please be part of the numbers. We've seen that many times after the fundraising has gone on. Those who don't donate are at the forefront of asking what happened to my money. With this fundraiser, what happens to your money? Only you can only know that if you have also contributed your own dollar. So all accountability is based on participation. Participate so that you can ask us what happened to our money, because you are also part of the team. And imagine it's just a dollar for you to be able to see what everyone else did, including those who paid 100 and more. So I encourage all of us, let's try to go drop a dollar, drop $2, drop 100, drop 1,000, until we reach our goal. If we don't manage today, all it means is that tomorrow we have to do more. And if we don't manage tomorrow, Saturday, Sunday, until everything is done, even including after Sunday, we have to do this, because the expenses are not going away. They will always be there. And we have other pressing issues as well, like the issue of helping our friends in Ukraine right now, which is very, very urgent. We've tried to take care of that through other means so that you can be able to donate here. So please, 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 let's come together and donate. That's what I wanted to say for now.
Thank you very much, host. We don't have any people who want to come up and ask questions or say anything, but I just wanted to reiterate what my brother Kuda was saying, in terms of how disheartening it is, that our honorable member, settlement Chiquinya had to, rush to attend to issues of violence that are happening right now, on the ground. It's crazy that we are in 2022 and we call ourselves, a democratic society. But the intolerance is just, it's just too much. It's just a poster that someone is just put up to show support and to try and mobilize people, to come through and express themselves. It's a democratic right that they have. It's a constitutional right. Freedom of association and things like that. But you find people getting victimized over the something that they actually feel, deep about. Someone gets beaten up for it, someone gets arrested for it. It's very disappointing, so to speak, to be living in such an environment, considering where we are and where we should have been as a country. Zimbabwe is very rich, and here in the diaspora, when you talk to people and you tell them that you're from Zimbabwe, everyone seems to know about the country, um, and how influential it is even on the international, uh, you know playground. It's a very big country, but you can, it it becomes so frustrating to try and talk to people and let them know this is what's going on, like have an honest conversation about what is going on in your own country. So most of us are stuck here, not because we want to be, but the situation that is there, it's unfortunate that there are a lot of people who would want to be in 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 our positions, but they cannot as well. So a- as the diaspora, you know community, it's up to us to help in any way possible, at this point with regards to this fundraising. Put everything that we can, because at the end of the day, it's us who will suffer again. Sending money home for marriage guy, small things like that. It has to come from the people in the diaspora. So what better way to show support for the movement that is trying to create an environment where someone who's in Zimbabwe is capable of saying, you know what, there's no need for you to send money every month to us so that we can do things, so that we can do anything really, because at that time they have the capacity to actually, fend for themselves. So this is a call to everyone, the kadola, ka $2, ka 5, ka 10. Let's all jump on board. Let's all try and dig deep into our pockets. This is the only chance that we have right now until 2023 to actually make a difference. If we don't do that, um, we have a long way to go until we can actually make things right back at home. So with that, I would like to bring in our new speaker, Sabuku. you can go ahead, and then followed by CCC Zambia.
Thank you very much, co-host, and thank you very much, host, for this platform. Um, what I just want to say is, guys, as diaspora, what has just happened on this platform where Honorable Settlement Queen had to leave this platform to go and attend to a situation in Kwekwe shows us what the people on the ground, what our foot soldiers face every day. And my question to us here is, what can we do? What are we doing? I think what's within our means is just to resource our foot soldiers. They need our support. And I'm angry to hear what is happening in Kwekwe right now because my sister is right there where Honorable Settlement is. And it's like, it's eating my heart. I'm sorry I cannot talk long. I'm at work right now, but I just thought I have to talk right now. And I just want to encourage everyone that let's play our part. You can see what the people on the ground are facing. We are under siege, but CCC is stronger than all what they're trying to do. And we have managed to stand to where we are today because of what we're standing on. And on that note, I want to welcome my brother Kuda. He knows me. We have done business. I mean, I've bought from him, and it's good to have you in the struggle. And I know what you bring to what to bring to the table, and I know your resilience, and I know what kind of a soldier we are. So you are an army on your own, and I'm really happy that you are now on board, and I'm happy to have you. So we're gonna keep going, and I'm in the $100 club, and on this, I'm going to donate my monthly $100 today. And as soon as I get off this, but I mean, like I'm at work, I could do more, but my whole family is in these clubs, and we have made it a point that every month we have to play our part. We have to resource our part. And CCC is standing because of us, and CCC shall stand for what we, and CCC shall win 2023. Thank you very much, leaders, and let's keep pushing, let's keep fighting. Shandugum, Zimbabwe. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Sabuku, for your contribution, and thank you for what you're doing, you and your family. CCC Zambia, you can go ahead, followed by LC Tata Bikwa, I think. Sorry if I pronounced your name wrong. CCC Zambia, you can go ahead.
Okay. Thank you. I have a question on our candidate on the ground. That what are we doing with the resources which are being donated? I do believe that it's part of the donations for us to have my posters and okay, let me mention my posters. But there's a screenshot which is circulating all over. That's someone, the number is indicated, there's no name. The number is indicated there on that screenshot. These people, they are promising to remove our posters. What are we doing to those people? Thank you. I dropped my mic.
Can you go ahead and answer? He's asking that people are donating and some of the money is used to buy posters, but then there are people who are removing our posters. What are we doing about it? Maybe before Honorable Mtegwa comes in, I hope Triple C Zambia, you noticed that Honorable Chikwinya had to leave us because there are people who had gone into our venue of the Kwekwe rally. To cause some disruptions and to remove posters there. So he had to go there with the reaction team to see what is happening and how to make sure that the posters are protected. So Honorable Mtegwe, can you go ahead and address the question?
All right, thank you. We have got a very, very challenging situation on the ground. Right now I'm starting off from Kambasha. Those who know Gokwe Central, I've been invited to attend a situation at Mafumu. I'm rushing. One of the citizens who was putting posters has been attacked, and I'm going to ferry him to bring him back to Gokwe Hospital. So I will try by all means. I will try by all means. I will try by all means. I will try by all means to remain online. But Fumo network, you know, but here and there. Right now, I'm driving. I'm being driven to the scene to collect the injured person who has been put in posters. Because the solidarity is one of the fundamental tenets that we should go to observe. My absence there, as I've been notified, it will speak volumes. I'm going to give them support that I'm still there and I'm there. So may you
the network of our MP has dropped.
keep on.
Okay, go ahead. Go ahead, Honorable. Okay, so it's now reconnecting. The Honorable's network is quite bad. Like he said, he's driving. The other one went to attend to a situation, and now he also is going to attend to a situation where he has to ferry one of the people to hospital who has been attacked by ZANU-PF thugs. And this is what we are talking about. This is the reason why we are supposed to support the people on the ground. We have got layers of security. We are in countries that are very secure, except for our friends in Ukraine. But most of us are in very secure countries. Hence, our need to attend to people on the ground, just like we are going to attend to our friends in Ukraine. But look, Zimbabwe appears to be a simple country. There appears to be no war, but we are hearing more instances from people on the ground than the people who are in the war zone, which is something that is quite disturbing. That someone in Ukraine is unsafe, but right now they can actually be on a Twitter space, and ours, the guys in Gokwe, they are running around trying to find a way of saving each other. They have to rush someone to hospital just because of politics, which is not quite good. So definitely, it's a very, very worrying situation. And as we wrap up, we'll ask LC, then Pami, then our co-hosts and the speakers to say their final words. Then we'll continue with the fundraiser. Tomorrow, our students in Ukraine, we are in touch. We'll send you information on the proper platforms where there are people affected by the situation. So let's go to LC. LC, go ahead.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, go ahead.
Okay, makadi mese ma-citizen panapa. Inini hangu handina zvakawanda zvandinoda kutaura. Nhamo ndeyedu tese iri kuitika kwese kwese kumusha and away. Chanda ndichida kungobvunzawo kana kuti kusuggesta pamarallies atakatarisana nawo ese wayaya nemafunds atiri kubatanidza kuti zvifambe. Ndisingazive kuti baba vanonzi Paul Madzore hatikwanisi kumboita mudemewo here futi tikavapawo something as a gesture, because I feel like takabva navo kure mvira ichiri MDC, ndo vane dzimbo, vana mupata weJericho, vana Handicheuke and all that. Saka ndandifunga kuti taikwanisa kumbovati mbijana, because tikadeisa on the same people all the time, mumwe musi mumwe anomuka akashoshoma izwi, mumwe musi mumwe anomuka achirwara. Saka at least vakapota vachibatsirana tichivasapotawo zvinofamba. Plus I believe kuti vanhu tine ma-learning styles akasiyana. Mumwe anodzidza nekuteerera, saka just listening to songs munhu anodzidza from there kana kutobva ava neshungu yekuti ndiri mucitizen. Then mumwe anodzidza nekungoona mayellow t-shirts iwayo, kungoona chete mayellow t-shirts nekungoona kana maposters, mumwe ndokumotiveteka kwake kuti azive kuti ari mucitizen. Then mumwe vamwe vanodzidzawo nekuverenga nekuita zvatinoita izvi pamatwitter, uchiverenga matwitter. Saka malearning styles edu akasiyana. Saka as we support the movement, I was thinking kuti we should support all learning styles so that tinobatana pamwe chete, just like music. Idzo dzana Paul Madzore, dzana Se Colors, dzana Caxman and whatever. Dzimbo dzokuti even kana mufudzi womombe ari kumusha achifudza mombe akateerera those songs, he gets motivated. Amai vari kubva kutsime vakatakura mugomo nekafoni kavo vanongoiswa Caxman kana kuti Paul Madzore kana chii, then that way I think movement inenge ichifambawo kubirikidza nezvimwe zvese zvatinenge tichiita. Ndo contribution kangu.
Thank you so much. Pami, go ahead. Pami, go ahead.
Oh, thank you, host, and thank you, co-host. Oh, thank you, Kuda, for giving up your time to come and be with us, and all the efforts that you're putting towards or raising funds with us. I just wanted to say that, I really appreciate the efforts that our MPs are putting, our candidates, and I just felt that they felt like they needed to stay on these spaces. And I just wanted to say that we trust them, and there's no need for them to maybe stay on the spaces when there's need for them to be doing other things. I personally, I don't mind whatever zvanenge ndaita is between me and my God. So they should go vachiziva kuti we trust them, and whatever we're giving tirikupa nepasi pasi pemoyo yedu. And we feel sorry for them because tinoziva kuti on the ground it's even more difficult than isusu, because we have all the opportunities yekuraiza mari, tine mabasa atinosenza, marights edu achirespectwa. I know kuti ndine like a union kubasa kwangu inondimirira, ivo zvese izvozvo havana. Saka I just tinenge tiinavo chivafunga in our prayers throughout until the rally dzapera kuitwa dzese dziri two, but they should not feel compelled kuti vauye vazogara panapa kana kuti vajustify anything, because we trust that they are doing a sterling job. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Skatazile, your last words.
My last words. I just want to say, yellow is everywhere. Yellow is in the heart of the people. Yellow is Zimbabwe, and Zimbabwe is yellow. So guys, wherever we are, let's pray for our leadership. Let's pray for our families who are in Zimbabwe, just because anytime can happen to them. As we have heard that those evil people, ZANU-PF supporters, have already started. So let's pray for our leaders. That's all I just want to say. I failed to say what I wanted just because the violence thing just disturbed everything that was in my mind. That's all I can say.
Yes, thank you, Skatazile. Triple C Zambia, can you say your last words?
I don't know, leader, if possible, you send me SMS on direct, and I don't know. Okay, for the benefit of the whole meeting, I don't know if it is possible for us to have various groups to those who cannot be on this Twitter, so that we can be sympathizing one another, spreading this word. I think it will help us.
Thank you. Just send us a DM and then we'll follow it up. Thank you so much. My brother Washington, your last words.
I just want to say thank you to everyone who has been on this space, and also to say thank you to those that are going to come onto this space even when we have finished, because our fundraiser is not going to stop. Our fundraiser is going to continue. All I ask is, let's help our party. Let's capacitate our party in this time of need. I thank everyone who has donated. I know not many, some people may not be able to donate today. They might be able to donate tomorrow or the day after. But all I say is, let's look at our leadership. They are working hard. Look at what time it is in Zimbabwe, and they are rushing with the trucks to try and go and help those that are being attacked by ZANU PF. They are doing it to get our Zimbabwe better. And we are here on Twitter tonight trying to find a way, a solution to resource our party, discussing all these issues that are bedeviling our country. So I just thank everyone from the bottom of my heart, and let's take responsibility. Zimbabwe is our country. Let's take ownership. And once we take ownership, I can tell you, our mindset will change, because unenge uchiti Zimbabwe ndeyangu, whether you're talking about Binga, Gokwe, Kweke, Mutare, whichever part of Zimbabwe we are talking about, missing
It
information,
seems like
we take that seriously. Thank you very much.
thank you. We had lost you
You
for
see,
a bit. So,
thank
but
you.
otherwise, thank you so much. My brother Kuda,
Yes, thank you so much. Can you guys hear me clearly?
yes, you are clear.
Awesome. So on our fundraising platform, if you go there now, you'll see that there's a $10 written in the thingy as a pre-holder. Remember, you don't have to put $10. It's just there as a nudge to try and get us a bit more cash out of you guys. But you can even remove the $10 and put 50 cents. Remember, you don't have to give $10. You can give a buck, $2. It doesn't matter. That we noticed that when we put $2 there, everyone was now donating $2. So we pushed it to $10 as the default. But generally, you can put as much as you want. Remember, what we're funding is the 2 rallies that the president is attending on in Gokwe-Kwekwe. And this time around, we're not just paying for entertainers. Remember, guys, we're also funding pretty much most of the things that are needed: stages, decor, security, security advanced teams, etc., etc. The budget we've been given is 15 grand. I know that we do every single time. We need to come up with better solutions, and some great ideas that were being thrown at us today with the diaspora team, which I think are going to be implemented. So they got some big announcements soon. We able to not have to wait this on a because we feel that when we have the data of each other, communicate directly using emails and using apps, etc. That way, it's an easier way for us to communicate amongst ourselves. I believe these spaces, I think we're talking to many people. I see other friend Brinson is in the building today, and he's not one of us per se, but he's welcome in this space. But I think there's too many open spaces where we talk too much sometimes, and sometimes we need to be more strategic and talk to ourselves and do things better. I think we all want a democratic Zimbabwe where the opposition has space to be able to plan and mobilize and get its followers uh, the information that they need without having to throw it in these public spaces. We don't have ZBC, we have each other. So remember, guys, two back, one doesn't matter as much. And I'll be accountable. And when we give over money to the leadership, I am going to be a pain in the ass. I'm going to be making sure they're accountable to us. Because I've been feeling that sometimes we're not being told from say. And I think that's something that we came on board so that I didn't complain. I don't want to be a complainer anymore. I said, okay, we'll participate, but we also want to see transparency in everything that we do so that we can encourage other people to donate. So thank you very much for having me on your space, guys. I really appreciate it. And whatever way I can help, please don't feel free to DM me let me know. Whatever we can do, we'll do. I know people sometimes DM me, there's really above my pay grade. Sometimes I'm not able to really give the leadership advice or anything like that. I'm just a volunteer like you guys. Sometimes I can also text Jikumbiro as you know, but whatever you think I can do, let me know. Thank you very much, guys.
Thank you so much. The network of our honorable keeps dropping. Honorable, you can say your last words now. We can hear you. Honorable Mtegwe. Yeah, the network is a challenge. Honorable Mtegwe, can you hear us? Yeah, so it's not going to work because he's driving. My co-host in the Vele Hub, can you go ahead?
All right. Sorry, can you hear me?
Yes, you are clear.
All right. Yeah, for here, I would just like to thank everyone who has come through as a listener, and all of those who have actually, made their submissions, and everyone else who has managed to donate something. I just would like to thank you, all of you, my brother Washington, my brother Kuda. Thank you very much for the work you guys are doing, um, and everyone else who has just, come through to actually just support the movement by your being here. It means a lot. You actually get to take away a lot of the things that would have been said here, and take it up to your families, to your friends, and everyone else. So we would like to appreciate you for all of that you are doing. So thank you very much, from us here, and hopefully we will see you again on the next, you know uh yeah, this platform where we talk to our by-election candidate, MPs for different areas. And let's just keep our friends, our brothers, our sisters who are in Ukraine right now. We don't even know what's going on, to them, So let's just keep them in our prayers, and just pray for their safety. And if they're gonna come back home, we just hope that they come back home safe as well. And everyone that has been attended to by, Honorable Mtegwe and Honorable Settlement Chiquinya. Let's just pray that those guys, they're safe, and then that they will continue doing, the work that they're doing on the ground. So until the next space again, thank you very much. Good night, good morning, good afternoon, wherever you are. Thank you.
Thank you so much, and I would like to thank you, my co-hosts and speakers. Thank you so much for being here. Let's meet again. See you and have a good morning, good day, and a good night.